Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Pivy Does It All. Today I will be casting off on this blue hat that I have on my knitting machine. Yes, I saved her, and I will continue knitting my blue hat, and hopefully we'll get to crochet a hat before noon, and that will put me at 4 hats for the marathon. So it's not the worst, it's not the best. 4 is better than 0, so um, can't be too mad at that. So to cast off, I've already gone around once with no thread in. This is the color Royal by Red Heart. What we're essentially doing is opening up. Hello, good morning. We're taking those open stitches on the machine and we're just sewing them together, and we're going to cinch them up. Most of them come right out. Some of them need a little coercing because they are still step in the machine. Hey Jen, how are you? Yeah, I just woke up. I had a nightmare. So I figured let's be productive and see if I can make some hats for this marathon. I definitely did not pull an all-nighter. That would not be good for my mental health, which I think is a huge portion of this marathon. So, gotta listen to your body. The one thing about knitting machines, especially the Centro, because that's the only one that I have like reference to, is I wish you could adjust the height on them. What is in the yarn bowl? That is a poncho that I'm working on. It's pretty long, so it takes a long time to do. But it has a streak of color. I don't know if you can see it. Kind of, it looks like one gray down from the top, but it has like blues and greens and some purples and turquoise, and that's what's going on in my yarn bowl. So I'm talking about the Hat Not Hate, the Hatathon. Lion Brand on their Facebook is doing a marathon to raise money for the It Gets Better project. And Shira, who does a lot of Lion Brand's videos, she has stayed up all night interviewing people, doing trivia. I don't know if she did trivia, but she did giveaways. Or she did trivia for a giveaway. And thank you very much. All kinds of stuff for Hat Not Hate. How many hats do I want to get made? Ideally, I would have made like 10, but I decided to knit one, and it took me all of yesterday to get to here, which is about half of a hat. So I'm very slow at knitting, much slower than I am at crochet. So that's okay. just doing my best to produce what I can. It's not like Hat Not Hate doesn't exist all year round. And this is kind of reminded me that it does exist all year round, and I'm expecting to get at least 4 done, but we'll see how the morning goes. This yarn has no stretch. Ooh, that's genius. My suction cups aren't the greatest, i.e., why I broke my machine yesterday. But I don't know if that's the proper use of IE, but that is a genius idea. Nope. Okay, and then I just have to finish up this end right here. God, this blue is so pretty. Thank you very much. That's all the blue that I have. It's right behind me, actually. All right there. Oh, okay. So you're saying that you use the bar stool and you have it to this hard plastic. That's genius. I will have to try that. Okay, hat number 2. And you can curl up the brim more to have a more defined hat brim. But the knitting machine does a stockinette stitch, which is prone to curling. Oh yeah, pretty expensive. I got one when it was 75, I think. And even then, that's a lot of money. So I so you can hear something rattling around in there. That's the piece that I broke. Oopsies. But I just glued it back on with E6000 glue, which is a really strong glue. Also, it's a piece that doesn't get much pressure put on it. So that is a good thing. So I'm just going to continue to knit and purl and knit and purl. And this should create more of a rib texture, although I think I messed it up in the middle. So, so it's not as clean as I'd like it to look, but it still has a lot of texture, which looks really cool. So I'm going with it. I think I'm basically doing a seed stitch at this point. So that's a pretty stitch as well. So I'd love to knit, but then I remember how slow I am once I'm in the middle of a project, and I'm like, oh, I just want this to be done. And I learned when I was 12, and then I retaught myself about 2 years ago. So but just with YouTube videos, and then I taught myself how to crochet. I like crocheting is harder to learn, I think, but easier to do once you know what you're doing. Because it usually boils down to just a couple basic stitches, whereas knitting has you doing like some crazy stuff. In theory, knitting is supposed to be faster and use less yarn, but I don't agree. Yeah, yeah, I do too. I'm like, curse these crafty hands. I just wish they could be done with them. But so I have donated to the to Lion Brand for the It Gets Better project. And if you are interested, you can go to the Lion Brand Facebook page, and there's a donate now button, and all of the money goes to the It Gets Better project. And the It Gets Better project, mostly, from my understanding, mostly focuses on LGBT, QIA plus community, and especially kids. And it says, stick around, it gets better, don't give up. You might be going through a really hard time right now, but it's worth sticking around for because it gets better and you get to live your truth. And it's a really amazing charity. So I'm so happy that Lion Brand is connected with this. It makes me happy to be a Yarny. Um, I'm so slow too. I'm so slow. If I can make a hat in 2 days, I'm happy. um, although there is one hat which I don't have with me, but I can crochet it up usually in 1 day. So I'm gonna try to make that um, and have 4 hats that I made during the marathon. Um, I could use my knitting machine for all of them, but I wanted some to be handmade and have that personal touch to them because I think that's special too. Maybe I can teach my wife how to use the knitting machine and she can crank out some hats while I'm busy making them. Yeah, it's cool that they're doing that. That's true. It looks so manufactured, you know, and it doesn't have as many mistakes as my hats would have. So I think it's really nice to do a mixture of both. That's why I'm not ashamed to send in something with a knitting machine. Um, but like the knitting machine cannot handle this thickness of yarn. This is a bulky, I mean, this is a 7, I think. No, it says this is a 6. Um, and it has me using a size 15 needle on it. Come on in, we're just working and twerking. I don't know so much about twerking this hour, but yeah, that's a great point. You can definitely make more hats because it takes me about 15-20 minutes to pop out a hat in the knitting machine. On the knitting machine, I should say. But this is something that goes on all year round. Yeah, that's a good idea. I need to do something with stripes. I tried to do stripes earlier on and my knot came loose and just unraveled the whole thing. So I'm like, everyone's getting plain blue hats now. Um, but uh, I could definitely do stripes and break it up a little bit. I was gonna do stripes on that royal blue, but just forgot until it was too late, and then it would have been like a big um, mess. Or it wouldn't have been a big mess. It would just would have looked weird, just like 2 big stripes. but I'll do stripes for my next one. This yarn splits like no other, so I've got to be careful not to drop too much of the stitch. But it's so pretty and it's so soft. It's 50% superwash and 50% acrylic. I thought so, but I didn't want to say that. No, it was just that the knot came loose when I did the stripes. Hey, Nana Michelle. Thank you for joining. I'm working on hats for Hat Not Hate. And thank you for listening in. And I hope it's entertaining because I tend to be pretty quiet on these things. So it is by Buttercream, and it is their Luxe yarn. It's a seasonal yarn. Like I said, 50% superwash, 50% acrylic. Come on, production. And it's their Luxe line. So it's very, very soft, very fluffy. I am working on my third hat still. I'm trying to make a hat by knitting, and I'm very slow at knitting. So, so I'm still working on that one hat from yesterday. That it is very thick, and I wish I had metal needles because the bamboo it just doesn't slide the way I want it to. I get so spoiled with my crochet, my metal crochet needles that How many hats have you made, Sunita? I mean, I know it's in the hundreds, but how many hats for the marathon have you made? Yeah, I wanted a thick yarn because I know that it would work up faster than if I use like a 4-weight yarn. But it also creates its own problems by being so thick. So, win some, you lose some. It's a give and take, rather. So this would be a little hot for the summertime, but perfect for the wintertime. And who knows, maybe wherever they send it, it's already going to be getting cold, and this would be perfect. So taking forever, almost done. Yeah, that is a tremendous undertaking. Yeah, I'm using huge chunky yarn and it's still taking me forever. So I feel you. You've been up how long? Since like 6:45. But I got on at 7, around 7 to cast off this blue hat. This made me think of you because of your profile picture. And this is like the color of the this royal blue is seems like the color. It just reminds me of you. So so you cast this off of my knitting machine. So I've got these two knitting machine hats for Hat Not Hate. And I plan on using Heartland, this Heartland Barfy yarn instead of Scarfy yarn is Barfy yarn, and making a crocheted hat. Good morning, Life in Stitches. Can't wait to see how many hats I can make today. Same here. Yep, it's so fun to do this hatathon. Man, I really need some metal 15s. This is torture. That's true. Every hat makes a difference. Sunita, I love that you bring attention to this cause year round and really have pushed this movement forward into the Yarny community. Make it difficult. It'll look difficult to crochet, to knit. It's not that difficult. I'm just bad at it. Wants to crochet some hats too. Oh, that's so amazing. No, I'm just bad. Don't worry. It's not. So the problem with this is that I'm using cheap needles and they're made out of bamboo. And so they don't have the same slide that a metal needle would have. A metal needle would just like so much easier. But I got these to start out with, and I don't regularly use this size yarn, so I didn't invest in size 15 needles. Um, a mistake that I'm now realizing. And yeah, so this yarn definitely needs um, some metal needles, but I'm still going with it. It's not so bad, but everyone's got their thing, and crocheting, honestly, crocheting is so much more fun. Um, I think some people love knitting and they're fantastic at it, and they're just as fast as Dana with knitting, but um, not me. I'm slow. I'm the slow in the slow crew and the slow knitting crew. Yeah, metal needles are hard to start out on. I think bamboo needles are easier to start out on because they hold on to the stitches more. Um, but then the metal needles, that's when you really get some speed with you. Look at me looking like I know what I'm doing. Yeah, me too. But you can do the knit stitch with crochet. So then you get the appearance of knit, but then you don't have to worry about actually knitting. Hey, Helen J. Harris. Welcome in. I'm making a hat for Hat Not Hate, and I already have two for my knitting machine, and I am knitting up another hat that's nice and thick, um, too thick for my knitting machine. Yeah, I have a kids corner soon on my channel and blog. That's awesome. That would be great. I'm thinking of making a video of how to knit and just the main components of casting on, casting off, how to knit, and how to crochet. What do you guys think about that? Would you guys be interested in that? Or are you guys already giving up on the idea of knitting because of how I make it look? Definitely. Cool. Well, I'll do some videos like that. Whenever I decide to knit again. Well, I relearned how to knit and I learned how to crochet from YouTube. Um, Jen, I can't learn another craft. I totally understand. I shouldn't be learning more crafts, but here I am, pushing myself to do that. So, you know what I've got into recently that I just I don't know if it's for me is punch needling, like punch embroidery. Boy, is it hard, and um, to get the stitches to stay in the fabric that you have is challenging. So I did it for my giveaway, and I was like, I like Mod Podge the same here, Helen. um, so I Mod Podged the back of it so that my stitches wouldn't come out. But I was like, I hope this works because this is freaking hard. And the stitches just don't want to stay in the fabric. They just want to like come out. Oh, yeah, my grandma crocheted as well and didn't get to teach me before she passed. Um, so I totally understand that. Well, I appreciate you guys joining me this morning. It is nice just to have some companionship on these lives. Um, Not the crocheting type of grandma. Yeah, I totally understand that. Um, YouTube is an amazing resource. Can you imagine? I mean, think about how we did anything before then. Um, I can't, picking up all these new skills that I I have and we have. I don't know how we do it without YouTube. Hi, welcome in. Um, we're just making hats for Hat Not Hate. Um, feel free to comment in the chat, lurk or do what you will. We're just having a good old time in the chat, realizing how crocheting is vastly superior to knitting. Not vastly superior. Everyone's good at something. I'm not good at knitting. I want to teach my wife how to knit because I think she would enjoy it, but she has a lot of problems in her right thumb. So I don't think she can anymore. Um, it's in her thumb joint and tendon. So she's got tendonitis and her joint pops out of place. Um, that's how I feel about it. Um, and so I don't think that, like, I think knitting would be better for her than crochet. but I don't know if holding the yarn and all the stuff you have to do with your hands with knitting would be helpful. I was thinking about teaching her how to. Oh, Jen, you've got to show me what you got. I will drop a link if you want to come up and show me, or I will watch a video, or I will listen to what you have to say about what you got. I don't shop at Hobby Lobby much for personal reasons, but I support people who do because it's your money and you get to choose how you do what you do with it. But occasionally I will shop there, just not very often. De Quervain's tendinosis. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so my wife has fibromyalgia and she has de Quervain's tendinosis. That's exactly what she has. Which apparently that joint is really prone to getting I haven't seen it either, Life in Stitches. I'm gonna have to go check it out. Maybe go to my Hobby Lobby. I'm on a yarn diet. I just bought like $60 worth of ice yarn from Yarn Nut, and it's all rainbow. So I I don't think that I can. I think that I have to let this one be. But I'm excited for some rainbow yarn. Oh, wow. That's amazing. I bet you got some amazing deals. $192, Jen. Oops. $3. Spent over $200. Oh, Ehlers Dallos. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Um, I know quite a bit about that because we thought that my wife might have that, and because she has joint hypermobility, but she doesn't have the thumb test or like that level. But oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I know that that is such a difficult um, uh, syndrome to deal with. Definitely thinking about you. And I hope the diagnosis process was easy enough for you. Yeah, 124 to 374. Oh yeah, I can get behind that. That is awesome. See, I'll go spend $200 too, and then I'll have so much yarn, and then I'll be like, let me knit this one blue hat. But I expect to see some beautiful works of art from you guys, and nothing less. Yes. And yeah, I know it's a difficult diagnosis to get, but you guys are tough. Tough, tough, tough to deal with that. And you got yarn. So, I mean, are things really that bad? I'm just kidding. For those of you who don't know, I have a very dark sense of humor, so whoopsies. Um, so it's 8 o'clock. I will be getting off at 8:30, so I have 30 minutes to finish this hat. We'll see how that goes. And I can always finish it after my phone call that I have, but my alarm will go off, and I don't want to have that go off while I'm yeah, it's great to focus, and um, it also forces you to be more social, because I think that EDS and a lot of other chronic illnesses are so isolating that having a channel just brings you into a community, and you'll find that chronic pain is a thread that runs through a lot. Chronic pain and mental illness are threads that run through the Yarny community, and we're not alone. And so I'm so glad you started a channel, and have that as an outlet, because it's a great outlet. It's super positive, and the Yarny community is fantastic. So, do you guys get to hear my beautiful voice before I drink coffee? Yes, I'm running on no coffee right now. I've got to take my medicine, and then I've got to wait 30 minutes before I take drink any coffee. So my life is so hard. Stupid splitting yarn. You're beautiful. You just split a lot. Oh, Nana Michelle, I'm so sorry. Yeah, there's a lot. A rheumatologist, I believe, has has the power to diagnose you with joint hypermobility, or I think actually a physical therapist can give you the diagnosis of joint hypermobility. And then from there, you can kind of go, um, hey, Melissa, um, I'm good. I'm just knitting away, making a hat. It'll be done eventually. Um, and yes, so rheumatologist and geneticist. And it's very hard to get diagnosed, unfortunately. But if you have a lot of the symptoms, it's definitely worth looking into. But it could just be joint hypermobility. Um, my hubby has no interest in it or yarn. Yeah, my wife has no interest in yarn or being on camera or anything like that. So it's like pulling teeth to get her on camera. But yes, I am um, working on hats for Hat Not Hate. I need to remember that so that I can stay in my happy place instead of my grumpy old man uh, place where I'm like yarn whispering under my breath this yarn. Um, yeah, it's like so. I always try to get my wife on here, and she doesn't want to be on camera that much, which I totally understand and respect, and um, still try to get her on because it's like when you're not, you are. Oh, thank you so much, Nana Michelle. I'm glad you liked it. Um, it turned out to be just exactly what the ingredients were and nothing else, but um, making a drink was fun. And we ended up putting grapes in the rice, which is totally foreign to me, but it was actually really good. So, so thank you for watching that and participating. Uh, it was a fun project, and Melanie's going to do it next, and I'm going to commentate. Um, so, for those of you who don't know, the other day I did a mystery box dinner where my wife picked 4 items to cook with, and I had to make dinner. And so she put grapes, chorizo made out of soy, Monterey Jack cheese or pepper jack cheese, and zucchini in there. And I was like, what? What am I supposed to make out of this? This is the craziest mystery box ever. And she's like, I don't know what I would. Oh, thank you. My makeup videos. Yeah, that was a lifetime ago when I edited my videos. Now I just go live and hope people enjoy it. It's so much easier that way. For those of you who don't know, I used to be a freelance makeup artist, and I've had a lot of careers in my lifetime, and so I was a freelance makeup artist and did videos to show that I could do makeup for photo shoots um, on YouTube so that the photographer could see if they wanted to work with me. So they weren't always the most high production. They were on like an old crappy webcam. Um, I love makeup too. I like that's been the weirdest thing about being openly trans is like, well, I'm still like effeminate and I still love makeup. So it's I just need someone to do makeup on. That's all. Um, but yeah, so I used to do that. Unfortunately, makeup is very seasonal. So in the wintertime, everything kind of shuts down and you don't make money. So I did not. Okay, enjoy the hatathon. I'll be there later today, watching. I can't believe I missed Crystal. Well, that's fine too, Jen. You know, natural beauty doesn't need makeup. No one needs makeup. It's just about fun, creative expression, just like knitting, just like crocheting. So if you don't have any desire to do it, then don't, you know, that's the beauty of makeup. I think when I got into makeup, there were a lot of people talking about beauty standards and how impossible they were. And for me, makeup was always about the art and um, the creative aspect of it, and just reforming the face into something different. So I'm definitely gonna watch the replay to watch Crystal. So, but they've been live for 24 hours, so I can't watch it yet. But I was like, oh, I missed it. I was so excited for it. This is not going to be tall enough, but let me just check. Yeah, not quite there yet, but we're getting there. I am a victim of um, constantly making my hats too short because I'm too lazy to finish them. I know. It's hard life. That's a great way to put it, life in stitches. It's just another craft. feel like we're cooking with gas now. Like, I feel like I'm like kind of getting into the groove of it. And I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Had not hate. Had not hate. Had not hate. I can do this. Get my mojo back. Don't forget to subscribe and like and do all those things. Ring the bell. Ding, ding, ding. Have to go get a shower and bring in all my secret yarn. Shh, I won't tell it. You can do it. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. My dog is so over this. He's like, I just want to sleep. And you came into my room and you're like talking and doing all this stuff. But I put food on the table, so. Hope you have a great day too, Jen. Bye. I bet this whole ball would make one hat. Still a lot of yarn. Okay. Don't give up. Don't give up. Yeah. Hat not hate. Hat not hate. Doing this for kids. Doing this for kids. I've got to like think about it. I'm like, I just knit. Now I got to purl. I just purled. I got to knit. And I'm like, getting all confused in my brain. So for those of you who don't know, okay, I named my channel Life in Stitches because I plan to share my life in crochet. So so I hope to bring awareness to EDS and all different rare diseases. I can't wait to get into it more. I don't need no more yarn. I don't need any more either. Yeah. Oh my, but Life in Stitches, Stephanie, that's fantastic. Oh, I just saw your video drop. um, I I think that's fantastic, and I think that's great, and I think that there's a lot of people who don't know about EDS and don't know about chronic illnesses, who think that just because you have a chronic illness you can't do anything, and showing them otherwise is fantastic. So good for you. Yes, there's definitely definitely an audience for that. I'll watch it. I've chronic illnesses too. They're all just in here. So I love the links that we go to hide our yarn stash. Yes, it is a long road, and but aren't most things? I mean, you get over one hurdle, puberty, and then there's something else, and it's just it seems like you can't win sometimes, but oh, hubby that's an enabler. Oh, that's a challenge. And by challenge I mean you were very lucky. We were all very jealous. My wife just wants to keep me happy, so when I get restless in the house and I'm like, I can't take it anymore, she's like, go yarn shopping. And I'm like, okay, maybe I should get restless today and go yarn shopping. Yes. See, I went on a yarn diet a couple months ago because I knew I was going to get some ice yarn, and um, like directly from the source, because I always forgot about Yarn Nut. And which, if you guys don't know, so yarnnut.com is she sells ice yarn and she's in the States. I think she's like in South Carolina, so she's really close to me. But hold on 1 second, sorry, I'm getting a call. Sorry about that. Just mess it up a little bit. Um, the best way to afford ice yarn is to go through Yarn Nut. It is so much cheaper. It is crazy. And you can also try just like one skein at a time. You don't have to get 8 skeins. So that's really nice. I also get notifications whenever Ice Yarn has sales. So whenever it's like 99 cents a ball, I'll get for a type of yarn, I'll get a notification for that, which doesn't help my diet, but helps me go, ooh. Grew up in South Carolina and now you're in Chattanooga. I am in Charlotte, North Carolina, so right across the border from South Carolina. Yep, Fort Mill. I think ice yarn is actually more affordable than um, Yarn is in Wisconsin. I love shopping there, but I have to yarn diet. Me too. Me too. But I just bought some rainbow yarn. A lot of rainbow yarn. So Who am I to talk to about diets? Oh yeah, Carowinds. Yep, I live close to there. Niagara Falls, New York. Oh, very cool. Just stop and be on a total yarn diet for a while. Otherwise, I'll have to move my kids out. Not sure how. Yeah, I totally understand that. Yeah, not my yarn kids, my fur babies will have to start pedaling on the corner if I don't chill out. So plus right now I'm on disability, so um this is not the time to go nuts. But I was just a little nuts, just a little crazy. I didn't go too crazy. Could have been worse. So thank you all for joining me again. I really appreciate it. It's been really fun. Um, just chit chatting with you guys and talking with you guys early in the morning. If I did it again, I would do it with coffee, but let's see. Work on my intro for editing from the first video tonight after work, but it's going to finish crochet practice and make cross stitch pieces. You should be very excited because if I've learned anything, it's that this community is so supportive and so great and so wonderful. And we also love cross stitch. So you have that going for you. I have no patience for cross stitch. I do 5 stitches and I'm like, this, I am done with this. And reorganizing yarn does help you, but it can help you identify gaps in what yarn you do have. So that's just a cautionary tale from me to you. But you know yourself better than I do, so do what you gotta do. Because they'll be like, I don't have enough pink yarn. And so I'll go get pink yarn, and then it's just all done up from there. Really inspired me and motivated me. Super excited for you all and hope you all enjoy. We will. There's no doubt. And like the thing is like my friend has a really dirty saying that I can't say to you guys right now, and it's not really applicable. Um, but I'll just say that you are someone's inspiration and you don't know it yet, but by being out there, by putting yourself out there, you are going to be someone's inspiration for getting into yarn, um, for doing all of this. So, so just keep that in mind. Don't put that pressure on yourself, but there are going to be people who love you and think you're awesome and love your content that you were like, no one's gonna like this. This is kind of random. This is, like I have a channel where I do all kinds of things and people like it. And um, no one would like ever have thought, I would have never thought that my videos would be even moderately successful. So, I appreciate you guys being here, and you're going to be an inspiration to someone, whether you are prepared for it or not. So just have fun with it, be yourself, and everything will work out. And if it doesn't, delete your channel and just hide under a rock. Of course, of course. Oh, bye, Helen. Have a great day. Oh, my decisions. Don't make me cry too. Oh, alarm's going off. Sorry, guys. It makes me shake my phone. I told you I was supposed to get off at 8:30. Sorry. With motion sickness. Okay. So, I'm gonna head off for a little while. And sorry, my hands are shaky. Side effect of the medicine. So I'm going to head offline for a little while and probably get some coffee, as I keep on mentioning. And I will talk to you guys very soon. So don't forget, Hat Not Hate on the Lion Brand Facebook page. And don't forget to donate. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.